if I want to see a thirst trap, I'll like go on somebody's Instagram. Like I know people post thirst traps there, but like,
Oh, so you have your favorites.
oh, you best believe. And am I
That's
gonna
insane.
name drop right now,
That's
girl? No, you don't.
I have a girlfriend.
2 soft launches in a row is crazy.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I don't know if it's morning for you, but it's definitely the afternoon for me. We just wrapped up season 1 of Closet Talk. My name is Mattie, and we talked about so much of my life. And thank goodness that's over, because quite honestly, I'm sick of hearing about myself. And in season 2, I'm bringing on lovely queer guests and artists to conversate with me about other queer topics besides myself. Today we have Scott Kress.
Other queer people.
Are you straight?
Babe, I'm not gay.
Get out.
That's not
the
me.
door.
I'm sorry. No, I'm so happy to be here. As your first ever guest, I feel like this is a monumental moment for me. So I'm like, wow.
I feel like I've known you for so long, too. It just feels right.
You're one of the I have known you the longest out of all the people that I know in LA. You were like my first like LA friend.
We moved here together.
I know.
We lived out of a hotel together for 2 weeks.
Which is crazy. I feel like that was a bonding experience.
That
for
was
us.
such a bonding
We
experience.
got
Alfred's
close.
every morning.
I went there. I actually saw the hotel when we were downtown. I was downtown the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And I like went in. I did a whole trip down memory lane because I was like,
You went in?
I went in. And I like went around, looked at the elevators. It was, I forget how like big it was, but it was
Huge.
It was like a mall. But I just like wanted to take a stroll down memory lane.
I would have cried.
No, it like brought tears to my eyes. I was like, because I feel like I've come so far. Like we both have come so far since then.
You've come out.
I came out since that. Was I straight then?
You were straight. Yeah. Every day you woke up as a straight man.
I forgot that it was that recent.
It was.
That
It's
I
only
became-
been like 2.5 years.
No, I know.
2.5 is crazy.
I know. I feel like I've been out forever, but
You haven't.
I mean, I was, but I just wasn't. You know, like I knew,
But you didn't.
but nobody else did.
But nobody else. But everybody else knew.
No,
No.
I don't think they did.
No.
I think I did a really good job at like keeping it under the radar.
I think we should talk about how that happened, actually.
I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. So it was actually you guys.
Yeah.
I was over at your apartment one day, and who was all there? I think it was me, you, and Cannon.
Yeah. There's
was,
the three
Was
of us.
anybody else there? Or was it
Literally
just us?
no. It was
Okay.
you. It was me and Cannon doing something. I think we were trying to do that thing where we were jumping on the counter, and you were just over on the couch.
Okay.
And then, oh my gosh, I remember how it started. I go, every single person I know in LA is gay.
It's gay. Oh my God, I remember this vividly now.
Vividly.
Because I remember anytime, okay, so backtrack, our whole friend group was like gay at the time.
Every single one.
Except for me.
Right.
So I feel like these conversations did come up a lot. Like people would talk about being gay. And like every time I heard anybody mention it, I immediately was like, because I was so
You
scared.
could probably feel it.
Because I was so scared the conversation was going to like backtrack to me.
Right.
And then this time it did.
It did. Well, I feel like it was also like, I had known you for so long, and I had already asked you kind of a couple times if you had ever like dated anyone.
Yeah.
And you just kind of said no. And so I figured it was a conversation you weren't ready to have
Yeah.
yet. And so you could, yeah. At that moment, I was like, Scott, over on the couch.
Anytime anybody tried to ask me, I would always be as like vague as possible because I was like, I don't want to say like a girl because then they're gonna think that I was straight, even though you actually weren't.
A straight.
So,
One of them.
but I just remember, Cannon was like,
Cannon brought it up.
he
I said
asked
every.
a question and it was so direct, and I forget
Yeah.
what it was. I think it was like, would you ever date a guy, or it was something like that. I'm trying to think.
I think it was something around that parameter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just remember being like, okay, well, bitch, it's now or never. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm bi.
That's always the first step.
But
It's
you
always
know-
the bi.
And that was a lot, bitch. For me to say I was bi, I was like, I'm bi. Even though I knew deep down, I was like, you're 100% a homosexual, but like, let's break it and easy to that.
And then after that moment of time, I bought you a cake.
You guys did buy me a cake. It was
We
like
went
a
to-
bi cake. I forget what it said, but it was like something about crossing the street.
Yeah, we tried to make like a bi pun on it, and then we got it at Ralph's same day. Like we left
They were
that
quick.
we left the door, and oh my gosh, you were living with us. We lived together.
I forget about all the periods that I've had in like the short three years in LA that I've been here.
I feel like I have so many like memories that do and don't exist at the same time.
No, I know.
Like, why is that complete era wiped out of my mind?
I feel like I've lived 30 lifetimes.
30.
So many.
30. That was crazy. Yeah, we bought you a cake, and you've been the gayest person that I know since.
And I feel like it was like a very fast, like rapidly changing thing after the bi moment. Like it was like one thing after the other. I remember I said I was bi, and then like right after that I started dressing more gay. Started talking like how I usually talk. I wasn't like making it lower because I feel like at the time I was like deepening my voice so much, or trying to at least. My straight voice is not good.
Yeah. You were very collected flamboyant, and now
Yeah.
you're just like an outward
Now I'm
flamboyant.
fully out.
Well, yeah.
And it was so fast.
I talk about this with you all the time, but I feel like it was so crazy. Just the like character development in Scott. You were quite honestly one of the most like just based
was so boring.
people I know. I was
I think we're going to say boring, but bitch, I was boring.
no, you weren't boring. You were just very quiet.
Yeah.
Very like, it felt like monotone. You you only used audios. You didn't use your real voice in your videos.
I know, because I remember I did a few times, and then I saw comments saying that, like, oh my God, like, he sounds zesty, like, he sounds gay. And at the time, I didn't want anybody to know. So I was like, back to the audios.
I didn't know that.
So scared.
I didn't know that because when I first saw your videos and I first started to get a grasp of who you were as a person, and then all of a sudden, remember we would do those like group FaceTime calls?
Yeah.
Every night for like 6 months. We would do group FaceTime calls before we moved to LA. And I was like, this guy is so funny. And you just refused. No, I genuinely was like, he's so funny, but he doesn't put it in his videos. And I wonder why. Yeah. And I didn't know that you like tried to, because I remember always being like,
once
Scott.
or twice.
Yeah.
And I just remember like at the time also, I was in college or something. And I remember that like people would obviously be like, oh, he's gay or like whatever. And I was scared that I like knew if I didn't talk, it would be obviously a lot harder like for people to realize that.
Right.
Because like from looks, how much can you really tell?
Right.
Because I feel like I looked like pretty straight back then.
You did.
So I was just like, I'm not going to talk. And then they're never going to know. So
I'm just going to stay silent for the rest of my life and nobody will ever know. But yeah, the second that you came out, your character development exploded out of the water in a way I've never seen with anyone in my entire life.
Really?
Yes.
That wasn't like a typical gay experience, you feel?
No.
Oh.
It was just so quick. You kind of said it very nonchalantly, and I'm sure on the inside you were panicking. But then, I don't know, as time, I guess like in a week, I saw a massive difference in you.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
And it was like you all of a sudden had a personality. You didn't really like censor yourself anymore.
Yeah.
You started speaking in a way that I have never heard anyone speak in my life.
I feel like I know where you were going with that. A little bit.
A little bit. You just became a little bit more vulgar, more open with like what you want in life and like
1000%.
which is a man.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the parts that maybe sometimes come along with a man, you know.
Exactly. It was instant.
I remember that.
So quick.
I feel like, well, it was just like, I feel like I had been keeping that in for so long.
Did it feel good in a way?
So good. Because
Yeah.
I feel like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders and I could finally actually like be who I wanted to be and like say what I wanted to say and act how I wanted and dress how I want. All that fun stuff.
All that fun stuff. And that's so like, that must have just been like, oh shit, in the moment. And then all of a sudden you like break free and you're like, oh, this is so cool because all my friends are gay.
Yeah.
All of us.
I mean, that's what made it so much easier because I was like, if I didn't have that many gay friends when I moved here, I don't think I would have like come out. I feel like that was actually like my like realization that it would be okay because so many people around me were gay. So many people were okay with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? Because where I'm from, girl, like people would be like, you're gay. And like not in like a you're gay.
You're gay!
Like in a like, you're gay. So, but just to have everybody gay. And then it was like, I thought it was going to be the biggest deal ever. I was going to be like, they're going to be like, whoa, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gay. And everybody was like,
We knew.
we know, babe. we know.
But like,
wait, I love that.
Yeah. I feel like we fostered a good environment to be like, it's okay, little baby gay. And then we watched it like flourish into the queer world.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
I'm saying I don't think I would have come out if it wasn't for like that friend group we had at the time.
No,
because like,
we
it
were
made me feel so
all
supportive. Yeah.
So yeah, and we loved you. Like, and the second that like that happened, like, yeah, character development beyond belief, and then you just started to like exist more.
Yeah.
You were always reclusive, and then you just weren't.
No, I know.
You never like partied, and now you're the biggest party
I
I've ever
never
met in
left
my
my
life.
apartment. My little
Your
room.
bedroom.
Girl, I was in there.
I was in your apartment.
24/7. No,
you
I
didn't
know.
leave your room.
No, I know.
And then you'd be like, I'm going to the beach. Disappear
just
for
go
hours.
alone.
Yeah, but
I never hung out with anybody. I never wanted to because I was just like nervy. I don't know why. Because I was like trying to be straight.
yeah. Anyway,
Terrible.
do you post about being gay?
Terrible time. Girl.
No, like
So I posted
just
about
for the purpose.
Well, like I've never posted about like being gay.
Okay.
I've definitely said things online where like people are like, okay, like one time, like how vulgar can I be on here? Like I don't know. One time I said I wanted to like, what is the action that you do with a man where it's like not like full, you know, like full moment, but it's like half moment, you know?
I get you.
I literally posted a video saying that I was like, sometimes I just want to like drop to my knees and you can fill in the blank. So I've never straight up been like, I am gay, but like,
You can fill in the blank.
if you put, you know, X, Y, and Z together, Y equals MX plus B, if I'm talking about, you know, then
Have you ever gone so full FBI after seeing a guy on your For You page to find out whether or not he's gay? I feel like you would be full screen monitors, like FBI in your back pocket.
I'm crazy, and I've realized that, and I've come to terms with it. But I will see somebody, and I'm like, I need to know everything about them.
Everything.
Like, I don't even want to talk to somebody or entertain the idea of them until I know every detail about their life. Babe, I want to know their mom. I want to know their brother. I want to know their sister. I want to know their
find
upbringing.
their 2012 Facebook page.
I need to know everything.
That's crazy.
And I don't know why I do that. Maybe it's just because it like makes me feel safer inside, like knowing what I'm getting into. I don't know.
Interesting. Have you stalked me before? We did kiss.
Have I stalked you before?
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%.
Really?
No. So you guys, this is actually our soft launch.
Yeah.
We did in fact kiss before, and it was magical.
It was.
It was actually just.
We actually both ended up in the fetal position after that. No, it was for an ad. It was a group ad. It was the only group ad I've ever done in my life. And we've always done this thing. I do it with everybody. I feel like you do it with everybody. It's like, like you lean in a little bit. It's like, fake kiss.
It's like a joke.
It's like, silly.
It wasn't a joke.
We connected. And then we both
took the joke a little far.
Fell to the floor. We're like crying, and Liv was trying to do damage control, and Ethan was like, this is fantastic. Our manager was like, this is the best thing you guys have ever done. Because kissing on the internet. It was one of my
favorite ads I've ever posted, though. That video was so fun.
So fun. We need to do more of that.
I forget that even happened until you said that.
We kissed for money. We kissed for the check. And as we have Scott here, we are going to discuss the queer moment in history, where if you don't know what that is, it is a quite literal queer moment in history that has defined just queer culture in general. And it's like this pivotal moment in time that I feel like might guide the queerness in the future. It could be something that was extremely historic, as in like 2012, or it could be something that happened this year and pop culture-esque. That's a word for sure. This week's queer moment in history is the queer ultimatum. Scott didn't know what an ultimatum was until 30 seconds ago.
And I feel bad about it because I feel like I should as a homosexual, but I'm so excited for you to enlighten me, so please tell me about it.
Do you think ultimatums are innately a homosexual thing? Okay, so it was a straight thing first.
Okay.
And then they just brought on a bunch of lesbians for some reason.
Season.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were just like, let's rein in the queers.
Right.
And I think it was so smart of them to pick women, because just quite honestly, like, it was so crazy. Just the drama.
Yeah.
Just filled the room. And I think I watched, as well as like we had talked about it earlier, the straight version of the ultimatum. The men didn't really say anything. They weren't really open. And I think it's just that like thing where it's like, oh, men don't talk about emotions.
Yeah.
And then when they just got a bunch of like confrontational women together, it was
shit's gonna go down.
Insane.
Right.
Yeah. Should I just give you a rundown of the show?
Give me a rundown.
Okay. So the rundown of the show is there were 5 lesbian couples, and they had been together for like a range of, I believe it was like 2 to like 4 years, each of the couples. And one person in the couple wanted to get married, and one person just wasn't sure if it was the right person for them or the right time for them, whatever the reason was, they didn't want to get married.
Okay.
And then throughout the show, they break up. Like day 1, you go in with your person and then you break up. Like hour 1, she announced. It was crazy. She was like...
And they don't know this going in.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I've seen like background interviews where one person, I think it was Ray, was talking about how it was like, oh, they just told us we were going to this show to get therapy. They told us we were going to work on ourselves. They never told us what was actually happening. Yeah.
Are you allowed to like walk out? I would have walked out immediately. Like, your guys are breaking up. And you're like, nope. No,
I think you sign a contract. And I think you get a little bit of a check. So like, I don't know. I think you're stuck in it. And so they break up immediately. And then the very next day they go on dates with everybody else that was in an ultimatum. Then they have a day
to pick a person
to live with for 3 weeks. That wasn't the person they came here with.
What?
and then they break up with that person and move back in with their original person for 3 weeks.
How long are they dating the person that they pick?
3 weeks.
Okay. And then one more time with the original person for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And then they just have to pick between the two?
Yeah, essentially. They either go home alone, leave with the person that they came there with, and get married because
they have to
get married. They have to get engaged.
Leave with the person that they found. Do they have to get married, or are they like...
No.
Okay.
No.
Just if
they can just leave with someone else.
Okay.
Isn't that insane?
I would never do that.
I would never do that.
No, I'd be so jealous. I'd be like, you're going to... What now?
Yeah.
Be like, you're gonna go talk to somebody. No, you're not.
I feel like there was a range of like jealousy and confrontation throughout it as well, which was really interesting to see from like a queer aspect, because it was like, oh shoot, I kind of resonate with some of this stuff, like just being able to witness that as like gay people. But I think it's so interesting because the age group of people was between like, I think it was 24 and 34. Right, was the age group.
That's a big gap, I feel like.
Yes, but I don't think there was like that big a gap. Like I don't think a 24-year-old was dating
going with a
34-year-old. Right.
Yeah.
I think like there was like a 30 and 34-year-old, whatever. But like, I think the craziest part about it is that they grew up in like a different era. Like I feel like we grew up with knowing what gay people was.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them grew up like deep in the closet.
Right.
And like could not say anything about being gay.
Yeah.
And so now they're just like thrown into this adult world where all of a sudden it's become very open and they're still figuring out so much about their sexuality.
Yeah.
So you'd never do that.
God, no. I mean, if I knew going into it that like we were gonna have to see other people, I don't think I would. Unless I was like, I mean, I really have no room to talk because I've never been in a relationship, right? So like, if I was in it, would I be like, and I didn't know if this person was right for me, like maybe I would, because then I'd be like, okay, this would be a good opportunity to like see if this is really the person that I like want to marry. Because I'm assuming that's why like most of them go into it, right? Like they're unsure of their like current relationship.
Yeah. A lot of them were like, I just don't know if I believe in like one person, which is crazy.
Right.
Don't get married. Just leave.
Of course.
Just walk away. I feel like so many of them, I think all of them now are not together.
So none of them left the show like married with the original person?
Well, there was like some twists and turns because there were some people in there in the show that were like reassuring their partner while also reassuring the new person that they met.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why I don't trust bitches.
This is why I
don't want to date anybody. I'm over it. I'm good with dying single right now in my life. Yeah.
Dead single? You'd be fine like not having like a little cuddle moment every night before you fall asleep?
No.
It's so nice to be
I'm
held.
just saying that to like protect myself and my feelings right now. Like I try and sound bad bitch. Sometimes, you know, I'm like, I'll die single. No, of course not. I want somebody in my bedroom tonight. But unfortunately, I just have to say that. Because I don't have that.
That doesn't exist on your... Yeah.
Not yet.
No,
not yet,
I feel like I crave it too much. For sure. I've always been like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. This is like what humans are made to do. It's to love. And then I'll get my heart ripped out of my chest and be like, let's do it again.
That's fun though. I feel like it adds spice to like life.
100%.
Because like, what is life if you're not like distraught, in shambles,
so
like stressed out,
spicy and fruitful.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when I'm doing good in life, when things are a little boring, I'm like, I'm over this.
You need to like
let me text my ex right now because I need something.
Oh, that's what you do.
Yeah.
When your life is a little bit
You don't do that?
boring, you text your ex.
Of course.
I don't text my ex.
And I know. And you know what? I get that. I do.
Okay.
I just knew like sometimes when life gets boring, I'm like, okay, what's one way to spice it up? Of course, texting somebody that I used to talk to because nothing is going to come of it. It's going to cause me absolute turmoil. I get texted and I'm going to be crying the next day for no reason.
So that's why you're acting like an absolute crazy person.
Of course, yeah. Because like life got boring. And then
Girl,
I
I thought you just like desired constant torture.
Well, I mean, maybe that is what it is. Like when push comes to shove. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you've never had a boyfriend?
No. I've gotten close, I feel like. Like I've had multiple talking stages.
Yeah.
But nothing that has come to like the full boyfriend type thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That like throws me for a loop a little bit.
Do you think if the perfect man came along tomorrow, you'd be like boyfriends?
I don't know.
Right.
Because the thing that stresses me out the most is I feel like I came out so late that I feel like a lot of people have so much like experience on me. Because like I've only been out for like 2-3 years.
Right.
So like in the grand scheme of things, like I feel like I have the mentality of like a 15-year-old dating. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm in middle school because like I have no idea what I'm doing. And I feel like a lot of other people, they came out early. So like they know like how a relationship even works. I remember the first time I talked to somebody, I didn't even know what we were doing. I was like, what is going on right now? Like, what am I supposed am I supposed to be talking about, like, if I like you? Because I haven't said that once.
You didn't tell him you liked him?
I'm being dramatic. Dramatic. But, like, I didn't know, like, when to talk about what we were, like, any of that. I just had no idea what we were doing.
I tried to have the what are we conversation with my current girlfriend. Yeah. Like, 3 months in, we were laying there in bed and I was like, so what are we? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, cool. I don't either. Like, I don't know.
It's funny because I feel like 3 months is such like an average, like it's 3 months is like make or break.
3 months is so make or break. Like it was like when we first got together, it was that like, oh, are we gonna Are we going to date? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like 3 months comes around. I'm like, you're either mine or you're out, girl. Like, I need to be with you.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's so funny that I feel like that's such a universal experience that at like 3 months is when it's like.
Was yours 3 months?
Most of them that I've had have been 3 months. That's crazy. Like right at 3 months.
And you just think it's because of like a lack of experience?
1,000%.
Okay.
Like I feel like other people just have experienced so much. They're more mature when it comes to dating. And I just don't think I'm quite there yet. Like I think I'm getting it.
Yeah, no, I think you're getting it. You are.
I think I just had to have some immature experiences to like get to that point. And like now I'm there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I did that too. I mean, I think like this is probably like the most like, steady mindset I've ever had about dating anyone, because I had to go through all of like that stupid stuff. Hey.
Okay, soft love.
Hey. No. You have to go through all that stupid stuff. You have to learn, and you have to like experience life, and you have to grow before you're like, oh, I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I think like I've dated so many people that I have too much experience that I like know whether or not it's going to work out instantly.
I feel like that could be dangerous because you don't know somebody instantly.
But you get the vibe.
You get a vibe.
I think based
1,000%.
purely, I am so delusional that I think based purely off of eye contact, whether or not I'm going to marry someone.
Really?
I can look at you and be like, yes or no.
Really? So by like physical appearance or more like chemistry that you have? Like
more like chemistry.
Contact?
I'm not over here like looking at your body or anything, but like.
But we were having a conversation. I was just like, hey, like, how was your week?
It's you. You're the one. We need to move everything out of the way. I need a ring. I need a nail. Yeah. No, I genuinely.
No, eye contact is hot. I'm not gonna lie. I love eye contact. I didn't even realize it was like a big thing.
Yeah.
Until I saw it on TikTok, and it was a TikTok talking about how you can like make somebody fall in love with you through eye contact.
Yeah.
And it was like you can do some method where you like look at their eyes and then like look at their mouth and then look back up at their eyes.
Yeah.
So bitch, you best believe the second I saw that, I started trying it on everybody I knew.
It's like the little triangle effect thing.
And I think it works a little bit. They're like.
Are you trying it out on me?
I can try.
Okay, go.
So
you did it. Oh, that was good. That was quick. That was a good pace. That was a really good pace.
I'm practicing. I'm still learning. But
did you like fall in love with the TikTok person that was teaching you how to do that?
You know what? No, because it was a girl.
Oh, and they weren't queerbaiting you.
No. No, they were not. They were not.
You said you liked being queerbaited.
You know, let's not put all my dirty secrets on the internet now. Come on.
It's okay. I do too.
Sometimes it's just like, how do I want to say this in a way that is, cutesies? I'm okay with it only because sometimes the man is hot. You know what I mean? And if they want to make me feel a little spicy, like, I'm good with it.
Right.
I'm good with it.
You're all right with it.
Right.
When do you think it becomes a bad thing?
That's an amazing question.
I know. I just have so many of those.
That's an amazing question.
I think
I would love to know your answer.
My answer? Okay.
I'd love to know what you think.
I think it becomes bad when it's like simply to hit that like inclusivity quota or check mark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In like TV shows or something.
I'm so on board with that.
I think like now it's become, obviously there have been so many movements towards like queer shows and like film and like, I don't know. For me, I've seen so many shows, The Summer I Turned Pretty, where it was like they embody every single kind of like LGBT person and they just kind of put it in one person, and then they just kind of like let that person exist with like the weirdest personality or no personality, zero character development, and it's literally just to kind of have
put a gay person in
just to put a gay person in it.
Yeah.
And then it's like usually, I don't think it worked out in that context, but like I'll be scrolling through TikTok and I'll see like an edit and it'll like have the name of a show or like a movie in it, and it'll be like, oh my gosh, this like there's like a gay moment and it's like edited and this really cool like CapCut thing. I'm like, man, I wish I could edit for some reason right now.
Yeah.
And it's just like the transitions are so smooth and it convinces me to watch the show or the movie, and that person in it has like 30 seconds of like screen time in total of like the entire movie, and it's just like, girl. Yeah, it's just
no, that's crazy. I mean, I was thinking more like queer baiting as in like I feel like a lot of TikTok boys that will like obviously feed into the queer baiting type situation, and like that I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with. It's like do you, babe, get your view, whatever you want to do, but that's like crossing the line. I feel like just trying to hit a quota of like adding a gay person to this, adding a gay person to that, especially if they're not like actually giving them a character like development arc. If it's literally just to be like, here's our gay person.
Here's our
slay
gay.
Twice. our show is, gay.
They could, I don't know. It just feels like they're just like this entire show and this entire plot, and every 30 seconds they'll just be like, slay, and they'll be like, we did it, guys.
We got a gay person up in there.
We did it. Do you think queerbaiting has become more like prevalent on social media in like the coming of years?
I don't know. Honestly, I want to say yes, because I just feel like there are a lot of men who just feed into it because it's like, it works.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the gays are going to eat it up every time.
Every time.
Every single time. And if they know it works, they do it. And I feel like as they've like learned that it's gotten like progressively worse.
Yeah. Then they don't clarify.
They know it's going to work.
I think it's like also difficult because it's like you can define queer baiting within a person. You can be like, oh, this straight guy is queer baiting.
Right.
For sure. But then you think about it, it's like maybe he's too scared to come out. Maybe he doesn't want to say anything.
Right.
It like gets to the point where it's like, okay, is he closeted or is he doing it for views? Because at some point it's like you're completely basing an opinion off of somebody that you don't really know. And it's like, are they just struggling with their sexuality really hard?
Or are they actually queerbaiting?
You
know what? That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, hold on a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I always like to play devil's advocate because it's like, you don't know.
No, because now that I think about it, like,
and then it's
I could have been queerbaiting when I was straight.
True.
Like, if I like did a shirtless like, you could say I was technically queerbaiting.
I have your thirst traps on my favorites in my phone.
Those Snapchat thirst traps I did, bitch.
Shirtless, baby girl.
I'm not.
You had
just
no
thinking
clothes
back to
on.
them. Sorry, I'm like shaking a little bit.
Because I remember around your waist, fresh out of the shower.
And I remember in the moment I was thinking like, let me lower this towel as low as I possibly can. Let me fog up this like shower mirror a little bit, and let me take a photo because I know it's gonna give every view on the platform.
You even had your hand on your chest.
No, I did like a little like neck grab. I was like,
you did. I have it.
So, but is that technically queerbaiting? Like, I don't think my intent with that though was like
to attract men.
To attract men.
You just wanted to attract anyone.
I just wanted to attract anybody.
Right.
So I guess it's your intention too. Like,
you were just desperate.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. Story of my fucking life.
I was there too. Sometimes when I need to Snapchat you, I lower that camera like way down there, and I'm like,
of course.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, I didn't. You know what? Looking back on it though, I didn't even do it in like a attention way, I guess. I mean, I wanted that out of it, but like the pictures were so god awfully bad. Like I didn't get that. Because what was I doing? Like, I wish I could show you guys one because it's actually like, what was I doing?
Do you want one?
Do you have them?
I have two.
You have them that accessible?
They're in my favorites, sweetheart.
Oh, God.
In my favorites album on my phone. No, I did that too. And I think it's like, it gets to the point where social media too, nowadays has become so surface level. It's the first thing you see.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're scrolling through your Snapchat Explorer, your Snapchat Discover.
It's all shirtless,
all
hot
shirtless
ass.
men.
Like, that's it.
All shirtless men.
No, I know.
And I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
It's all shirtless men.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm even like, how do you look like that?
Yeah.
I get a little interested, and not in like a weird
me too.
way.
You best
I'm
believe.
just like,
Girl, they all have like 100 stories up, but you best believe when I see one of those ad pics, I tap through those 100 damn stories. I give them that ad revenue.
And it's like so many of them.
No, I know.
Here's one.
No, that's the one that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
There's one with like a towel though.
Yep. Here's another.
Oh yeah, that's the one I'm thinking. Wait, you have them both right there. Show the camera because it is. And don't think of me any different after you guys see this. You know, I'm still me and I'm still Scott, you know, who I am and who you guys love and know.
The fact that I knew, like, in 3 years we'd be laughing at that is perfect.
No, right.
I think it's also like, I want to know if you experience this because this is something that I go through in social media every single day. I'll look at my stuff, even this podcast, like, from a month ago and be like, oh.
I know exactly.
Why did I post that?
I do that with stuff I posted a week ago.
I'll be like, oh my, I look so hot right now. Like, I'm eating this up. I'm eating this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then it's like spoiled rotten dessert the next week.
No, I know.
It's so bad.
I look back and I'm like, I like cringe so badly. I'm like, I don't know who you thought you were. I don't know if you thought you were funny. I don't know if you thought you were cute. But you were none of those things. Take this down right now.
It's humbling.
And then I like have to convince myself like not to take it down. Like, you're good.
Just leave it up.
You just don't identify, you know, with that version of yourself anymore.
And it's
that's
like a week
okay.
ago. And the thing is, there's changing so quickly. And like, it's worse when I go through this rabbit hole at 3 a.m. and I'm trying to completely re-identify myself in the middle of the night for absolutely zero reason at all. And I just go through my old videos and I'm like, you never existed. And I delete everything.
I do that sometimes too. I did that like a few months ago because I remember for the longest time I was on TikTok, it was all my like straight content.
Yeah.
And so I had so much of it, like at least 6 months that I literally privated all of them because I was like, I don't want y'all to see this. This is disgusting.
So bad.
This is nasty.
So bad. I remember we posted so many videos together. All I would take on Snapchat was those filters with all the smiley faces all over my face. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I did the filters so heavy, and now that I think about it, like that was a terrible time, a dark place in my life.
What was that?
Dark place.
We looked like Smurfs. Took a bunch of dookies on our
At
face.
the moment, I thought I was serving. I was like, this is giving face.
I'll think about a selfie. You know how like I think men kind of do this too. I do this one too. I take one good picture of myself and I'm like, this is the picture of myself. Yeah. And I use it for like everything. Months. Emotionally too. Yeah. I'll be like, okay, I look so bad right now and I need to go reference this selfie. And then I'll go back and look at it. And I have all these like selfies like in my favorites in my phone. And I'll just look back and be like, why did I think this was good?
Yeah.
I will look so bad.
No, I do that all the time. But I think that's what it's growth.
It's growth. Looking back and being disgusted at yourself is
sometimes
growth.
I look back and I'm like, you know what? You've come a long way.
You have.
And that's how you have to look at it.
Yeah.
Like even if it's surface level, like a week ago, did I look ugly? Maybe. Mm-hmm. But I don't anymore. That's all that matters.
And that's today.
All that matters is the present, babe.
Right now. The more thirst traps that I post, the more I find myself on that like thirst trappy side of TikTok with people who look so much cooler than I look. I'll look at people and I'm like, how do I physically, emotionally, and everything from within present myself as these like 6'2" skater boys with just like a lanky build? The clothes fit them so perfectly. They have the perfect sense of style. I don't know. Covered in tattoos.
Sorry.
Vinny Hacker.
Vinny Hacker, babe.
No, like, I just want to look like these people so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. And I feel like I cater myself so specifically towards a certain algorithm. Uh-huh. And then once I see these, like, gay people that I want to look like, it's all I see.
Yeah.
I think algorithms are so quickly changing, though.
Yeah.
Like, so quickly. I'll scroll fast. And I'll like one cooking video, and then 5 minutes later...
They're all cooking videos.
It's all like, want to make macaroni.
No, I know. I did this with something recently. What did I like? Oh, my God, a dog video, bitch. I saw this...
Those dog videos are so prevalent.
Oh, my God, I saw a little dachshund or a dachshund, the wiener dogs. And I was like, that's cute. Let me like it. My For You page was dogs for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Like, it never changed.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Who do you think... I can't even think of, like, the name... I can't even think of who it is for, like... lesbians or like girls, but who was like the thirst trapper for men specifically on TikTok?
Is this a gay person that we're talking about, or can they be anybody?
I would say one of each, like a gay man, and then one that's just like it does it for everyone.
The way that I don't even know that many like gay thirst trappers, I'm trying to like think.
That's what I'm trying to think of.
I don't know that many. Like I'm thinking off the top of my head, straight people like Vinny Hacker. Noah
right
Beck.
Right off the bat. Yeah. I don't see Noah Beck thirst traps ever.
Really?
I just see him like living his cute little life in France.
He does post more like aesthetic stuff now, I feel. But like thirst like on the Insta, on the Snap.
I just followed him on Instagram.
Okay.
So I see his...
Oh no, you best believe I've been...
Oh, you've been...
I've been following, babe.
Okay. Yeah. No,
But like gay thirst trapping people, I don't really know. Like I'm trying to think. Like I see a few of them, but they're usually not like big creators. They're usually like of creators or like something like that. Where they're
like edits.
Yeah, or just like OnlyFans people who are like a little smaller. Like I feel like I see them pop up a lot.
Okay.
Or there'll be like Twitter, like link in bio, you know?
Yeah. Or it'll be the guy that catfished you for like...
Oh my God. Can I give this story? Because it's crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's actually crazy. And this is why I no longer actually identify with the gays, is this story right here. And I'm turning straight after this because I matched with this guy, okay, on Hinge, Tinder, whatever the frick. And we started talking on Snap immediately, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm talking long time, okay? We would spend probably like 3-4 hours at the end of the day talking on Snap. We would just sit on Snap. Like, I'm talking nobody leaving, like the chat, just like
nobody
back
leaving
and
the
forth.
chat goes so hard.
It's so fun because it's so like witty. You're bouncing back and forth, whatever. So we would do that like every night for a while. And then I asked to hang out eventually, like after a week. And he was like, I'm busy or something. He was like, okay, I don't care, whatever. He told me, like, I'm telling you, he built up a whole thing about like what his life was. Like he went to Paris. He lived in Paris, he said. He goes to UCLA now. I know nothing about this man actually, but he wanted to have a horse when he was older. His favorite color was white. Like, why do I know all this still? I don't know.
Wait, this is so cute.
But I'm telling you because I was invested. I don't know why. We just had such good convo.
Yeah.
On Snap.
Good convo is worth more than anything.
So good. I was like, this is so witty. I just want to hang out. Then, obviously, push came to shove. Things got more like weird as the longer the time went on. We still weren't hanging out. I was like, this is really suspicious. Never did I ever put together that I was being catfished. I don't know why. That should have been at like the top of my head.
He was hot.
And he was also sending snaps. He was like, so I found out he was taking snaps from this person's Pinterest. Visco. And then like remixing them on Snap. But they would send us like an actual like red picture snap. It wasn't just like in the chat.
Yeah.
So I was like fully believed it. He would send like thirst traps, whatever. Then one day I'm going to film a YouTube video for reacting to thirst traps. And I see this man on my following. And I'm like, maybe he just didn't want to tell me he had a TikTok. He has like 1 million followers. So I was like, I immediately brought it up. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm just like, I actually have a girl and I just didn't want anybody to know, but it was nice talking to you. And then blocked me like so fast.
Yeah.
And I talked to this man for probably like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
I fully had like an identity of them like made in my head. And I think it actually caused me trauma now that I think about it, but that's a different story.
I feel like that would be extremely emotionally damaging. Yeah, for sure.
No,
but,
I think it actually caused me trauma.
Do you have your reaction on video of you finding this man?
No, because it was like, let me find like some videos to react to. And then his popped up.
Yeah.
And I was like so delulu at the time. I thought when I brought it up, he would like fall for me and be like, sorry, like, but this is who I actually am. Instead, he just blocked me. So
that's crazy.
Who
do you think he was?
I don't know.
Like, he could be some guy, like 45-year-old construction worker named Jeffrey in the middle of Alabama. You don't know.
Don't tell me that because that's going to make me freak the out right now.
I'm kidding. He's real. He exists.
Imagine he's like actually like 50 and like gross.
Horrible.
Scary.
Terrifying.
But he would, and I don't know why I didn't put this together. Sometimes he would send snaps that weren't his face and it was like low, it was like abs. And I could tell that it looked like a little different than like the face pictures he was sending me. I was like, this guy's like a little more tan. But then, I was just delulu, so I was like, maybe he was like on a trip to Hawaii. Crazy. Like, he's just got some color right now. No, girl, he's a different person.
How did you, like, look for thirst traps? Did you just, like, scroll until you were just violently on a queer algorithm, gay men
I, like,
page?
liked 3 thirst traps, and then it was just thirst traps.
That's crazy.
Thirst traps. You can, like, curate your For You page so easily.
So easily. Like. So quickly. Yeah. Sometimes I'll do that thing. I also use TikTok as Google now. Like, anytime I want to know anything. I grew a garden yesterday.
Yeah.
Only from TikTok. No YouTube, no Google, TikTok.
I'm the same
garden.
Way.
Flourishing.
I was like sick a few weeks ago, and usually your first thought would be like, let me go to like the doctor. I was like, TikTok, I have a sore throat and my head is hurting really bad right now. What do I have? And I'm telling you, there were so many videos that were like, it could be the flu, like it could be cancer, and I believe them. So.
No, and then some of them with like the extra like, I guess performative like graphics where they're like, this is what's going on in your lymph nodes. You're like, I believe you.
Because it's so specific.
So specific.
I feel like they have like a physician's like doctor degree, and I'm like, you know what you're talking about, and I believe you.
But then you're over being sick, and you have all these videos about illnesses.
No, I know.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't as dramatic as I thought. Yeah. I actually just had the flu, not a brain tumor. But
do you sometimes like cater your algorithm to see more hot guys?
Honestly, really no, because I'm like over it. If I want to see a thirst trap, I'll like go on somebody's Instagram. Like I know people post thirst traps there, but like.
Oh, so you have your favorites.
Oh, you best believe. And am I gonna name drop right now, girl? No, you don't.
I have a girlfriend.
2 soft launches in a row is crazy. In the same podcast, girl.
In the same podcast.
You're really putting it out there. And I love that. Oh, hot men.
Right.
Sorry, my favorite topic.
My favorite topic too. I love it.
No, I definitely have the people that I know. I'm like, they're a good thirst shopper.
Oh.
Is that like weird to say?
No.
Okay.
I think it is like so impressive because I'll be scrolling and I'll be on like seeing all these hot people just like very objectively, and I'll be like looking for sounds because I'm ready to thirst trap. Right. All these hot people, they're hyping me up. They're making me feel so good and be like, I can do this better than you. Yeah. I can look hotter than you and I can make myself look so good. And then you open the phone camera, girl, it looks like a troll.
No, it's rough. It's rough.
It's so bad.
I'll try and like film them sometimes too, and I'm like, okay, if I try it, like I can eat. And then they all stay in the drops, babe, because like
sometimes I'll set up the phone and just feel so sad. I walk away.
Yeah.
With the phone in the room.
Oh, no, why not?
I need to take a lap.
Me too.
To humble myself.
I get that.
Yeah.
I was about to pull out a thirst trap that was in my drops, but then I was like, it's too much. I can't show the people.
Carter watched me thirst trap yesterday. That was humbling.
Watching somebody thirst trap is like, you get secondhand embarrassment.
It was bad.
It's awkward.
It was really bad. But I feel like he's so just like used to me.
Yeah.
Like it's like it wasn't very effective.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to impress him, so like whatever. But I was downstairs and I was like standing in the bathroom and I was like trying to do all the freaking angles. I don't understand how people do that thing.
Oh, that took me an hour.
That's what I'm saying.
And it was not good.
The angles are so sharp and I'm just over here like just like a discombobulated antelope. Like I can't. Okay.
They're hard to do. Like I props to them. Like for people that say that like transition like thirst trapper people aren't putting in the work, girl.
So impressive.
I can't do that with my phone. So
no, me neither. I'll do it and
Credit
then it'll look like a T-Mobile ad. Anyway. I have a question for you.
Okay. Oh, that used to be the scariest thing. When you were straight, did anybody be like, so like I have a question?
Oh yeah.
Oh bitch.
Oh yeah.
I would shit myself.
Yeah.
Because I would always be like, they're gonna ask right now.
Really?
I'm gay.
That must be like so like treacherous.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, I'm about to ask you who your gay awakening was.
That brought back like PTSD, but yeah, what's the question?
Okay. So I asked on my Instagram with a cute little picture of us. Actually, let me show you. Have you seen it?
Maybe not.
It was the picture that we sent to our manager yesterday. Just looking very
I
posted that for everyone to see.
Yeah.
And I said, ask me and Scott gay questions. And the first one was, who was your gay awakening?
So like specific person, I feel like I actually had a few of them. I'm going to say Ross Lynch from Austin and Ally. I remember watching Austin and Ally when I was younger and I was like, this man.
Like when he was Austin?
Like when he was Austin.
Because Ross Lynch now is.
And Ross Lynch now is still my gay
everything and more. Everything and more.
When I see that man on my For You page.
Okay.
And we're going to end it there. Yeah. You can interpret the rest. But
also, no, I stopped too. I'll stop in my tracks for Ross Lynch.
Oh, me too. Those like when he's at his concert.
My girlfriend and I watched a thirst trap of Ross Lynch together, and we were like, "This is incredible."
Understandable because it's always at like the concert and he's like sweaty
and with the
and
cowboy
it'll be him
hat,
and he'll be like
him just like slowly turning around, taking off his shirt. It's like this is like art. This
I know.
Is so
it's beautiful,
majestic. So you'd say Ross Lynch.
Ross Lynch. Or the men's underwear section. I was gonna say that if we were talking broad, because I remember like when I was younger, my mom would take me like back to school shopping.
Yeah.
And I'd be like going through the men's underwear section. I'd be like, oh my god, they're giving 8-pack. They're like tan. They're chiseled. And then I would go in the women's section. I'd be like, girl, what the is this?
Let's just like
let's go back.
We're gonna go vice versa here because same except Victoria's Secret. I'd walk by there and be like, boobs.
No, baby. That was my personal hell.
Really?
I saw that and I was like, ooh.
I'm like, I was like, I don't know, 12-year-old me was blushing hard. Because it also like came with fragrances. Like it wasn't just pretty. It was just like, oh my gosh, it smells incredible. Like lavender in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It smells like actually every scent ever. Now whenever I walk in, I get a headache.
Yeah.
But mine was Haley from Stick It. Have you seen?
I've seen Stick It, but I don't remember Haley. And I remember you saying
the main character.
Pull up a picture of Haley because I feel
I feel like it's gymnastics. You would know.
I remember seeing the movie.
Incredible.
It was like cheerleading, wasn't it?
It was this part. It was the part where she got in the bathtub.
Wait, maybe I've actually never seen Stick It.
Goodness
What's the
gracious.
one that's cheerleading? Is Stick It
Goodness
cheerleading?
Gracious. No.
Oh, I'm thinking of Bring It On.
Bring It On is so good.
I don't think I've seen Stick It.
Really?
Bring It On is really good though.
Yeah. Okay. This is actually like we're gonna get a little deeper here. Somebody asked us, what was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome to finally accept yourself?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. It's just
I didn't expect these hard-hitting questions a second.
Right?
Biggest obstacle that you had to overcome? Is that what you said?
To finally accept yourself. Like feel comfortable in who you were.
You go first. I need a second to like think about my answer. This is so hard-hitting.
I would say it's like it was never an external obstacle. It was always like
I was just going to say I was scared about what people were going to say.
I think judgment was the biggest obstacle that I had to overcome because no matter what, somebody out there is going to judge you. Like you are always going to be judged. You cannot continue your life like caring about what other people think.
Yeah.
I think perception was it for me.
Was my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
But once I came out, like more accepting myself, I don't really, because I feel like I did always accept myself. Like I knew from a young age I was gay. I didn't like feel bad about it or anything. I was like accepting of it, but I just didn't want to tell other people because I was like, oh my God, they're going to think it's weird. They're going to be like, wait, what? 1,000%. Because like, I mean, back where like I went to school, I remember guys would use like gay as like a bad.
Oh my gosh. I had a soccer coach for like 3 years to be like, that's gay.
Right.
It was like such derogatory.
And I remember I would hear that and be like, okay, so that's like, I can't say that.
Right.
Because they're going to be like, you're gay.
Right.
But like, I always feel like I still accepted myself. I feel like I didn't have to like come to terms with it. Mm-hmm. I was just worried about what people were going to say.
That's so beautiful. Like that you always like were like, okay, word, that's just who I am.
I just like didn't think that deep into it, I guess.
Yeah. That's good.
Like, yeah.
Don't. Just be gay.
Yeah. That's all you can do, babe. At the end of the day, be gay.
Be gay. Last question.
Okay.
What would you tell your younger gay self?
To not stress about it. Everything is going to be okay. I remember I would like lay awake at night sometimes, like actually so like anxious and scared for like the day that I was going to come out. Because like I knew I had to eventually. And I was like so freaked out about it.
Like petrified.
And I'm like, if I knew what I knew now back then, I wouldn't have like gave it so much thought. I wouldn't have been like stressed every day about like what was actually going to happen.
No, me too.
Because like now I'm good. Like I'm living my best life.
So good.
Things are amazing.
Yeah.
But I guess I didn't think it was going to be like that. So I was like stressed.
Yeah. I think that was the biggest thing too, because you don't really know anything other than the environment that you're currently in, especially younger. You can't conceptualize that there's like a greater world out there that's like ready to welcome you when you're ready to leave wherever you're at. Yeah. I think that was the biggest thing for me too. Yeah. Was literally just like, Oh gosh.
Like, when am I going to say it?
When am I going to say it?
Yeah.
Because I also you move throughout different like transitional periods in your life. And I feel like, I mean, I walk into a room, people are like, a gay person.
Mm-hmm.
But when you used to walk into a room at like my 20, people didn't know.
No.
And like, but like, that's kind of always been the case for me. It was like, oh my gosh, instant gay. Like right there. It was like instant ramen.
You know what else I think helped a lot? I was like, this was the time that like TikTok was starting to take off. I remember it was like when I in college, like before I moved here. And I didn't even know like how many people were gay. Like, because where I was from, I was like, I literally knew maybe one person who came out. And then I remember getting TikTok though. And like as TikTok slowly started becoming like
mainstream,
like more gay too. I feel like there like so many gay creators started popping up.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, there's like so many people who are gay. And it almost seemed like they didn't like feel bad about it all. They didn't like, they were just who they were. And I was like, wait, girl, I can be like that.
Do you think it helps
so much
to be gay on social media? Or like, do you think that like weighs in at all?
Like helps what?
Do you think like gay or straight creators get more or less attention in media?
Oh, I feel like gay creators get more now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people just like eat it up more.
You know who
like it's like, I don't want to say cool, but I feel like it's like almost like cool.
It is.
Now.
So
especially on social media.
I think it's also like, I think I saw like a snippet of a Chris Olsen podcast he was on. And it was like, he kind of talked about being like a gay man and like, I'm sure you probably have a large female audience as well. Mm-hmm. It's rare for women to feel safe around men. Mm-hmm. But like women feeling safe around like gay men is so much easier because there's that like comforting male energy.
Right.
I think that's what he said.
Right.
But like, yeah, I think it definitely, I think it helps. I mean, plus when I'm like having a rough day too, it's kind of easy to just be like, women, and everyone's like, yay! Yeah. Like girls going, like, I don't know, guys going online and being like, women are hot.
It's like,
it's an ick.
It's an ick.
It's like, keep it away from me.
Yeah.
But like if I go online and I'm like, women are so beautiful, they're so lovely, people like, we love women.
Yeah.
So it's just so,
there's so much support too, I feel like.
Yeah, because then people are like, I don't know, it's also like if you don't support it, it's like,
right.
You told me you forgot about homophobia.
I forgot about homophobia. And I think it's because LA is like, I don't want to say a bubble, but almost like a little bit of a bubble because everybody here is really accepting. And I've never had any problems with like somebody being homophobic to me here. Like I've actually never dealt with it. And I didn't know like what being gay was like in my hometown because I wasn't out at the time. So like there wasn't really anything bad to happen. And I knew that there was like homophobia back there. Like people would be like, that's gay, like I said before. But it wasn't like terrible, terrible things people were saying. Anyways, I go on Omegle the other day to like film a YouTube video. And so many people on there were so homophobic. And not like, cutesy like keep it to themselves, like cutesy, like I just don't agree with that. I'm talking like slurs, like horrible, like you need to like end your life, like horrible things. And I was like, I genuinely
flabbergasted.
I genuinely forgot like people like that.
Remember when we went on Omegle and took a shot every single time somebody was homophobic and we were trashed?
And it was a lot. More like so many shots we took.
So many.
It's crazy.
Just obliterated. In like an hour.
Yeah.
Gone.
We were taking a shot like every 30 seconds.
That's how I fractured my tailbone. Remember when I did a flip onto that ball that wasn't really a ball?
From that?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. She was broken.
It's crazy though. Like I actually forgot that they existed. And then I was like, girl.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Wild. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today on this very special episode with such a close person to my heart who I've known for so long. And he was so lovely, and we felt so comfortable.
This was lovely. This was incredible.
It genuinely felt like we accidentally had a conversation, and there was a camera there.
I forgot about it for a sec. The first, like, 5 seconds, I was nervous, girl. I said...
I know.
10 seconds in, I was like, okay.
I was trying to make...
Let's talk.
I was shaking my head, too. We got down to business. But, Scott, what's going on in your life? What do you have coming up, and where can we find you?
Yeah, what do I have coming up? Hopefully a boyfriend, and then socials, you know, it's just Scott Kress. It's Scott Kress on everything.
Everything.
It's Scott Kress on everything. Maybe an underscore here, an underscore there. Like throw it in the middle, throw it at the end, but it should come up.
Okay. That actually is so accurate. I was about to say any underscores anywhere.
I put some places in the middle, some places at the end, some places at the beginning.
Just everywhere.
I just throw her all over the place.
She likes to be used. Anyway. And my name is Mattie Westbrouck. You can find me absolutely anywhere at Westbrook. And when I say anywhere, I mean absolutely anywhere, including Scott's bed.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's our soft launch, baby. Anyway, please tune in every single Thursday for a new episode of Closet Talk on my YouTube channel right here or anywhere you get your podcasts. Bye, everyone.